Hey, here's the Master Fans. Today we are looking at kind of a unique piece. It's a Dell Inspiron All-in-One. This one's got rocking a Pentium on the inside. And I've actually never really used one of these touchscreen all-in-one type machines. So I've got it plugged in. This is a recent donation here from a local person who really wanted to make sure that the factory reset on here totally got this to the point where there was no data left. Now you saw it trigger a keyboard failure up here. It's because there's not one attached. This is natively equipped with Windows 8 with the tiles. So this should work as just a touch screen. I do have a keyboard and mouse handy if needed. But the main thing, we're just testing to make sure after the long factory reset we did on this prior to me picking it up, did it wipe off all the data? I know this is probably a common question for folks who are recycling or selling secondhand their all-in-one stuff and or some of their PC stuff, just to make sure, hey, are you protected? Also, I always want to make clear that on my channel, any of these machines, whether they come to me with or without data, they do get wiped when I take possession of them. Regardless of what I end up finding, I am not here to take anybody's data, and I want my community to know that the person who's taking their e-waste has their best interests in mind and will actually wipe data from a system. Now, the first thing I noticed is the touchscreen isn't working. I'm going to guess that's because it's not set up, and it's factory reset. So we're going to go ahead and click this. Does anybody actually read the end user agreement? No, we don't want to allow anything. Next. Personalized wireless settings, sign in. We're just going to skip a PC name here because I don't have anything connected. We'll do accessibility here because I don't have a keyboard. And we're just going to go ahead and call this Urza1. Just to give it a name. And we're going to go ahead and choose, yep, I'm running Netgear. Believe you me, I have actually changed all the passwords. So the base password's not the same. Let's go ahead and get this connected to wireless so we can see if this works. Okay, now that we're through the wireless connection, we're going to go ahead and give this a quick local username. And as you can see, we're finalizing settings. And the biggest thing is when we get this set up, is there anything left on here? Now, obviously the whole Windows system has been reset, but did it delete all of the files? So that's what we're going to check once it's all set up. This will take a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut here and resume and go from there. Okay, so now we've got everything set up. Let's double check to make sure that our drive is wiped. Touchscreen's still not working, so that's interesting. Let's double check users, public and Urza. So yep, everything's good there. Nothing appears to be new. Recovery, Windows. Just looking to see everything's 2012 or 2025, so that's all going to be preloaded. 13-year-old touch / all-in-one. That's pretty good to see. It looks like the factory wipe did wipe everything. Apps all gone. Program files, everything is basic build. x86 as well should be. Yep, everything looks to be exactly as you'd expect. Amazon browser app, nothing here. This is all default stuff. Documents, music, pictures, videos, all empty. Go to the computer again and just look one more time here. That all looks good. And then, of course, there's a little bit reserved for pure boot, but this has looks to be close to a terabyte hard drive in it, which is great. And it does have a media server. Apparently, it's detecting on my network. Didn't realize that was there. Good thing is, DVD rewritable built in. That's pretty nice. Very happy about that. That's an interesting little add-on. As far as like bloatware on this, is really not a lot. Looks like a preloaded eBay setup here. And then, of course, you can always go back to the tile screen, and that's where more of your bloatware is. The old Skype and everything. And let's just test the touchscreen here. Yeah, still not liking the touchscreen. Might be disabled. That's okay. Not really a big fan of touchscreens myself anyway. But I would like to see just what the system settings are here. So let's loop back to the desktop here, settings, and let's go with PC info. This should actually also confirm whether or not the registration information was all stripped. And looks like it was. Everything is off there. So just confirming for the person who donated this that everything is off. That old product ID isn't going to help anybody with Windows 8, being that it's so far out of date anyway. We got an Intel Pentium CPU. That is a 2.5 gigahertz processor here. I believe that's a single core with hyperthreading. 4 gigs of RAM, which really wasn't bad at the time. 64-bit operating system. No touch input available for this display. I believe this is supposed to be an all-in-one touch display, but again, doesn't matter to me. Just interesting here. Being that this is a complete working system, I'm fairly pleased with it. I don't know that we're going to necessarily take this apart, but we may do that in a future video. But if you enjoyed this content, and if you are part of the neighborhood of folks who love retro tech, this is definitely one of my favorite things to do, is just making sure that the people who send stuff to the recycler to keep it out of the landfill and don't destroy the old hardware, like running a drill bit through a hard drive or anything like that. The responsible thing for us to do out here who do what I do and others like me is to ensure that we are clearing all of the personal data off of these systems. One, to build trust in the community, and two, just to ensure that nobody's at risk out there. We all have hard enough lives. There is no reason for anyone to have theirs be harder. So let's just do everybody a favor and make sure that the recycling process is safe, easy, and effective. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, drop me a comment. And if you're not already subscribed, as most of you who watch my videos are not, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out and helps me continue to do a lot of this cool recycling and picking. Thank you.